Are you ready for a full day of keto and low carb meals? Snacks, desserts, drinks, a chat. I've got it all covered. Sit down and relax, and we're gonna get this video started. I'm still trying to wake up this morning. It's been a rough couple of days. We're gonna talk about it in the chat though. I don't wanna come on here and just complain all the time, but my joints, my knuckles, my neck, all of that is just killing me lately. It's obviously an autoimmune flare-up. Which autoimmune disease, I have no idea, because the only one I've officially been diagnosed with is type 1 diabetes. But I know when something else is going on with my body. When I ache so bad, it wakes me up in the middle of the night and I can't even sleep through the night because I'm in pain. That's obviously something. And the fact that a rheumatologist won't even acknowledge it is frustrating. Mira. This morning I'm having my caffeine as usual. Alani knew I have not been able to find the cherry slush. Still, a lot of you told me that you order it on Amazon, but sometimes the packaging comes dent and dinged and busted, so I'm not gonna chance it. So the flavor today, Hawaiian shaved ice. Not my favorite, but I'm also not hating it. It's just not cherry slush. It's only 54 degrees out here this morning. I'm still in shock that we have been having fall weather for the past month here in Tennessee. I'm in the South. It's usually in the mid 90s until the end of October, but we have already been having fall weather. Pretty sure that the high overall today is only supposed to be in the low 70s. I may have a cup of coffee. I have not had a warm cup of coffee in a while. It's usually iced coffees. So as always, we're going to have a really long chat because I do want to talk about an update. I have been sitting out here for a while at this point. The plan for right now, I'm going to head in the house and I'm going to take a very hot shower, warm up, and I'm going to get this day started. Mira's checking out all the stuff that I picked up at Goodwill. Some of it I'm getting ready to list on eBay, or Chris is. So I set up this table. She has to check it out, of course, before we list anything. Since I skipped breakfast this morning, like I do most mornings, I'm having an early lunch. It's about 11:30. And of course, I want to throw something together quickly, so I'm going to do a chicken and cheese quesadilla. I'm using the Mission's Carb Balance flour tortillas. I picked these up at Sam's Club because you get a 2-pack for around $6. And the Fiesta blend cheese, this is the massive 2-pound bag that I get at Walmart. To kick it up just a notch, I'll also be using some of the deli sliced jalapeno peppers from Aldi. The only seasoning that I'm going to use is Flavor God Sriracha, and it's just going to give it that little something special. There's always that Flavor God discount code down in the description box. Combine their sales with my discount code and you can get these super cheap. Chicken that I'm using was the one that we had picked up at Sam's when they had the rotisserie chickens in, and I made probably 6 meals with that rotisserie chicken. Great deal for $4.98. I do add some butter to a pan and then I crisp up my tortilla on each side. Once that's nice and crispy and browned, and I even put some of that seasoning on the tortilla shell, then I'll add everything else, like my chicken and cheese, whatever you want to add to your quesadilla. I'm going to be dipping it in some sour cream and have a Coke Zero to drink. I'm going to grab a snack and a drink. We're going to go outside and chat. I got a lot to talk about, and I have a few confessions to make. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Are you all ready for today's sip and chat? Actually, it's a snack and chat. Believe it or not, I'm having hot coffee. I know. in my new mug. Did you see the video that I posted on my other channel, Easily Influenced? It was a Goodwill haul. I will link that for you. But this was one of my recent finds at Goodwill. Check out my mug. And I don't mean my face. I'm talking about this bad boy. Isn't it gorgeous? It probably weighs 35 pounds. Pretty darn sure it's vintage. And it's a White Castle mug. I didn't add any sweetener to my coffee. Ooh, that feels good. What I did add was about half a scoop of the Perfect Keto Collagen salted caramel. And then I added a splash of heavy whipping cream. And this should warm my nose up quite nicely. I love the smell of coffee. And to snack on, I'm having some HighKey cookies. These are the chocolate chip. Let me see. I think I also have the snickerdoodle in there. I got several different varieties of these. I love these little bite-sized cookies. They're not gritty. They're not grainy. Oh, they smell so good. I love food. I love food. That's what they look like. These may have came in a Keto Krate, but I do order them on Amazon. When you order them on Amazon, I think you can get a 3-pack. They may even have a variety pack if you want to try some of the others. Snickerdoodle's my favorite. And I'm not a snickerdoodle person, but today I felt like chocolate. If you've never seen these before, I'll just put those down in the description box too, so you can click on it and just go read all the information, nutritional ingredients, all that, so we don't waste the time here. Oh, I know what I was going to mention in the video where I showed the new coffee mug over on my other channel. I mentioned in that video doing a little thrifting get together in Asheville. It's easiest if you just go watch that video. But if you are in the general area, let me know. Go watch that video though, so we can figure out if we're going to do this or not. And I'm not talking about, hey, drive 4 hours or 7 hours to hang out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying any of you that live close by in the Tri-Cities area near Asheville, North Carolina, if you want to hang out and go thrifting with me, I would love to do that, because that just sounds like something I would just adore. I have food crumbs all over me now. I eat like the Cookie Monster. Crumbs fly everywhere. So I have had one of those weeks. Actually, it's been more like 2 weeks. Let's back up and start at the beginning for this story. I went to my endocrinologist. It's been a while, probably about a month ago at this point, and everything's great. Everything's going fine. He wasn't happy that I was using the Freestyle Libre 14-day continuous glucose monitor, because that one's sort of outdated. They've come out with a 2 and a 3 since the one I was using had came out. The Freestyle Libre 14-day does not give alerts. So if I have a blood sugar spike that goes way out of control, it's not going to beep and let me know. If I fall extremely low during the middle of the night or anytime, like dangerously low, I don't get any alerts. He is pushing me to change to a different continuous glucose monitor so that I'll be safer, pretty much. Also, the one that I'm on, the 14-day, and even the Freestyle Libre 2, they're 15 minutes behind, meaning when I take my phone and scan my arm, the little button, the little Libre on the side, it is basically giving me a reading from 15 minutes ago. It's not up to date like minute to minute. The only way to get a really accurate reading, like what is your current blood sugar, would be a finger stick so that you do blood, or the Freestyle Libre 3. So he gave me a sample of the Freestyle Libre 3 to try. I have now had it on 14 days. Today is the last day. So I will have to rip this one off tonight and reapply a new Libre. The Freestyle Libre 3 was approved in May for use in the United States, so by the FDA. I didn't think I was going to like it. And truthfully, It was hard getting used to. You know how it is. Change. Nobody likes change. Who likes change? And you got to get used to something else, download a new app, blah, blah, blah. But this past week, my blood sugar has been dropping extremely low. So I don't know if it's my pancreas has decided to produce a little bit of insulin here and there. And so I'll have these massive blood sugar drops in the middle of the night. This thing sounds like a siren going off. I mean, my phone gives these really loud fire alarm alerts, and I had it set to wake me up when it went to 55, which is already extremely low. Extremely low. So, truthfully, the Freestyle Libre has probably saved my life the past week several times. But here's the problem. Where I am now getting minute-to-minute blood sugar readings, this thing, I don't even have to scan my arm anymore. I just click a button on my phone. It automatically tells me what my current blood sugar is. A huge chunk of the math equation that I used to have to do before I would consume anything has been taken out. So when I take insulin, it takes my insulin about 45 minutes to start bringing my blood sugar down so that I can eat. And when I eat, my blood sugar goes up so that it stays like this, right? But the reading that I normally get is 15 minutes behind, so it's so hard to figure out where I really am. With the Freestyle Libre 3, I know exactly where I'm at. It doesn't have that 15-minute lag, so I've been eating junk, pure and simple. I pretty much went a year, because I was diagnosed last September, October, not eating anything bad because I couldn't control my numbers accurately enough with all of this 15 minutes behind, 45 minute, it's just too much math. And I don't like math. So I was sticking to keto, low carb, and no slip ups pretty much. This has not been the case for the past 2 weeks. Now that I know exactly where my blood sugar is, I can eat something and treat for it and know what I need to do. So this is going to be a slippery slope for me. It basically means all of my food issues could come back into play. I've been eating Oreos. Did you know that golden Oreos are absolutely delicious? I didn't, but now I'm obsessed with them. I have probably in the last 2 weeks ate an entire package of Oreos. And I'm ashamed. And I shouldn't be, because I want to eliminate food guilt because that just puts me on this vicious cycle. And foods aren't bad. I don't feel like we should put power in words and food. But unfortunately, all of that has come back into play in my head because now I have figured out how I can consume something that's not low carb, something that isn't keto, and be able to control my type 1 diabetes. So that was my big confession. I have been eating copious amounts of Oreos lately. I'm not talking about I eat a package a day. I've probably ate a package of Oreos over the past 14 days. I've not had an Oreo today, I promise. And I don't plan on it because the sensor comes off. And my doctor, my endocrinologist, gave me a prescription for the Freestyle Libre 3, and it's not even available on the market to buy yet. I hopped and skipped and jumped and grinned my way right down to Walgreens and handed them my prescription, and they looked at me like I was crazy. The pharmacist said, "Your healthcare professional gave you this prescription." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "This isn't available in pharmacies yet. It was just approved for use in the United States in May, but we're not sure when they're going to release it. Probably not until the end of the year, December-ish, probably, maybe even January." And I was like, no. I have one on my arm right now. I've been using it. apparently, from what the pharmacist said, a drug rep probably gave my endocrinologist the sample, and now he's handing out the samples, not realizing that it's not available yet. So now I have to go back to the Freestyle Libre 14-day, no Oreos, which is a good thing, but also no alerts. And I'm a little nervous about that because of how low my blood sugar has been going. And if I hadn't have had those alerts to wake me up, there could have been a bad outcome. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is go to the Freestyle Libre continuous blood glucose monitor 2, the 2, because the 2 will give me alerts, but the 2 is also 15 minutes behind. And then that way I can't do the math that would allow me to eat the bad foods. And I have to have that because willpower is not my strong suit. I have, up until the past probably 8 or so days, been feeling really good. I think where I have been consuming some sugar throughout the day, those little devil golden Oreos. And you know what? It's not even during the day, it's at night. And I justify it in my head saying, oh, I'm doing this at night because it's going to make my blood sugar go up. And when my blood sugar goes up, I don't have to worry about it dropping to 50 in the middle of the night. Justify it in my head. But anyways, the past 8 or so days, I've been having flare-ups with pain, neck pain, joint pain. My knuckles have been the size of walnuts. They have been red and stiff, and my hips hurt. My ankles have been swelling. It's just been a lot. And I don't know if it's the undiagnosed arthritis or other autoimmune disease that I'm pretty sure I got. If it's the fact that I ate the foods that I shouldn't have and it triggered it. If it's just a normal flare-up and it happens. I don't know. So now that I made the short story long, let me get to the point. My point here is nobody's perfect. And trying to be perfect, in my opinion, and from my experience, just automatically sets us up for failure, to feel guilty, to have a bad relationship with food. And I don't want that. So here's what I'm going to do. Because for the past 2 weeks, I've been feeling guilty every time I stick an Oreo in my mouth. I'm going to let go of that because what good is it doing? Beating myself up mentally? None. It's doing nothing except making me feel bad. Today is a new day. Today will be an Oreo-free day. And tonight I will be ripping off the Freestyle Libre 3 and adding the old one back on. That is going to make me 15 minutes behind. So even if I wanted to eat one, I couldn't because my blood sugar would shoot up to 1 billion. Yes, I'm a drama queen and I over-exaggerate, but truthfully it would probably shoot up to like 250, 300. And that's with me in a normal range, 1 cookie. So I'm just gonna stick with my low-carb keto cookies because they're quite tasty anyways. They're delicious and they don't spike my blood sugar or make me feel bad or ache all over or mentally mess with my head and make me feel like a failure because I'm not a failure. You can't go from 330 pounds to, I think I was 164 at my last weigh-in and consider yourself a failure. Whether it's 100 pounds or whether it's 2 pounds, we have to celebrate the victories. We have to pat ourselves on the back for every milestone and stop being so hard on ourselves. You and me both. I struggle just like everybody else. And it's not just with the food issues. It's with health issues and mental issues, emotional, family, money, keeping my house clean, being a good enough parent. All of those things messes with your mind. We gotta figure out a way to let go of them. Now I'm gonna go get off of my soapbox. I'm gonna finish drinking my coffee. I've only got about a sip left. Is she pretty? I love my mugs. Oh, my mug collection. Love me some old, unique mugs. Alrighty guys, I appreciate you more than you know. You all are my support system. I read all of the messages, even though I've been taking a social media break. I have. I think we all need that occasionally. Sometimes it takes over, and so does the negativity from what we see on social media. So I tried to step away from that, but I do. I read the messages. I may not comment, but I do. And you all are what keep me chugging along. There have been so many days where I just wanted to throw my hands up in the air and just be like, okay, I'm done. And then somebody will reach out to me and they're like, you've changed my life, or you've helped me, or your recipes make this so much easier. All of those little things. So thank you. This chat may go down in history as the longest ever. So I'm going to cut it right here. I'll see you at the next meal. I gotta figure out what we're doing for dinner because I did not meal prep this week, and I should have. So after spending more time rummaging around in the refrigerator than it did to make this meal, I finally threw together hamburger in a bowl. An old favorite we have not had in forever, and let me tell you, Chris was super excited. This is one of his absolute favorite keto meals. All I did was get the biggest bowl possible, and I put cheese, tons of lettuce, jalapenos, pickles, bacon, everything that's gonna go on a hamburger in this massive bowl because it's lettuce. Come on, how many carbs can it have? And then for convenience sake, I microwaved 2 of the patties that we had left from Sam's that I'd picked up months and months ago that were still in the freezer. It's the Angus beef patties. We have not seen them in ages. They're absolutely delicious. If you find them, pick them up. They're already pre-cooked. I normally put them in the air fryer because I think they're better that way, but we were ready to eat, so microwave it is. And then all I did was crumble it up on top. Then, in a separate bowl, I take a spoonful of mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of sugar-free ketchup, pickle juice, mix that all together until it's nice and blended, and pour it over top. And that's your dressing. And this was another meal that was ready and on the table in 5 minutes. It's about 8:30. We're sitting down to binge watch a few YouTube videos. For dessert tonight, a slice of the peanut butter loaf, and this time I added chocolate chips. I'll have that recipe linked for you too. Thanks for spending the day with me. If you have not subscribed or hit that notification bell yet, do so. That way, when I upload, you'll be alerted. There's tons of playlists over here, from easy keto recipes, what I eat in a day videos, grocery hauls, keto for beginners so that you know what to pick up. I want to help make this lifestyle as easy as possible for you because it does not have to be difficult. Go check out some of those. Make sure you look in that description box for any discount codes that'll help save you some money, or anything that I've talked about in the video. I'll have it linked down there so it's just easier for you to get to and you don't have to search. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye.